Hi everyone, I am Ezra Aurora Guinaban from Bachelor of Arts in Legal Studies at Lyceum of the Philippines, University Cavite under the subject of Mr. Jumel Estrañero in International Negotiations. What I have chosen as the final topic for my baby thesis is entitled Philippines Drug War, the country's withdrawal from the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court to uphold sovereignty. Actually, I discussed this in one of our quizzes, but I'd like to expand on it because we only had 2 minutes before. This subject has piqued my curiosity since Duterte's presidency has come to an end, and it is still interesting and worth discussing, specifically since this matter is causing controversy in our country, especially because there has been several victims and innocent people that are being murdered and killed violently. The United Nations officially notified the International Criminal Court on March 19, 2018 that the Republic of the Philippines had placed a written notification of withdrawal from Rome Statute, the court's founding treaty, with the United Nations Secretary General as the depository of the statute on March 17, 2018. The court is disappointed by this result and invites the Philippines to stay a member of the International Criminal Court. President Rodrigo Duterte, on the other hand, stands firm in his decision because he believes it is the best approach to protect our country's sovereignty. Secretary of the Presidential Communications Operation Office Martin Andanar cited the Supreme Court verdict on Wednesday. President Rodrigo Duterte should leave the ICC for intervening in the country's affairs, according to critics. As the architect of our country's foreign policy and international engagement, President Rodrigo Duterte upheld our sovereignty by withdrawing from the ICC, which insists on interfering in our domestic affairs and obstructing our collective progress and securing the country's safety from societal illness. He said. He stayed firm in his assertion that the Duterte administration is committed to upholding human rights and the rule of law while pursuing the drug war. Meanwhile, Senator Risa Hontiveros said she accepts the Supreme Court's judgment, but it is disappointed that the Philippines is no longer a member of the ICC. She also wants to remind the president that withdrawing from the ICC does not exempt a country from the investigation. The senator went to say that the international body is still authorized to investigate acts against human rights committed prior to the country's withdrawal, including the killing of 17-year-old Kian de los Santos and the other drug war victims. The ruling brings the controversy over the president's authority to withdraw from the treaties and international agreements to a close. As we have frequently stated in the numerous forums, the president's unique authority as head of state and principal architect of our country's foreign policy is vested in him by law. Because the petitions were dismissed on the grounds of the mootness, the Supreme Court's decision is effectively upholds the withdrawal's legitimacy and force without the Senate's approval. Some members of the Congress upper chamber should understand that their participation in treaties or similar instrument is restricted to ratification only and not to any other undertaking. However, the reality of the judgment has no bearing on our country's previous position, which was that the ICC never had jurisdiction over us. Because the Rome Statute was not published in compliance with the standards of due process and the right to knowledge, the International Criminal Court has no jurisdiction over the Philippines or any of its state official, as the president stated. Being a member of the International Criminal Court, on the other hand, aids in the prosecution of instances listed under the Rome Statute as international crimes: genocide, crime against humanity, war crimes, and aggression. In a statement announcing the Philippines' withdrawal, the ICC noted that the members' ongoing support is critical to global efforts to promote accountability and uphold the international rule of law. And that is the brief discussion for my baby thesis. I'd want to take this opportunity to thank my professor, Mr. Jumel Estrañero, for his patience with us. Thank you so much for turning a subject that I was afraid I would dislike into a lesson that I was looking forward to attend every Saturday. You certainly made this semester one of the most enjoyable I've ever experienced. Have a wonderful vacation, sir. May the wisdom and wealth goes long. Thank you and God bless.